Today is June 4th, 2026, and today I wanted to talk about being deliberate with your words. Now, to me, being deliberate with your words is just thinking about what you say before you say it, pretty much. And this also goes for filler words, which kind of is the reason why I'm making this. So yesterday I rewatched my journal and I said the words "you know" or "I know" after every single sentence. And that kind of annoyed me. So today I'm going to try to think about what's coming out of my mouth, not necessarily the content of what I'm saying more, but just the words and sounds coming out of my mouth. I'm going to try to use less of those fillers and just use pauses instead. Also, when it comes to being more deliberate with your words, I'm going to try to go off on less tangents if they are not relevant to the topic I'm talking about. So, I know it's inevitable when I'm forcing myself to talk for like 5 minutes about whatever's on my mind. I'm going to ramble on something. Maybe that was a little bit of a ramble, but anyways, thinking about your words, being deliberate. When you think of somebody that you respect or someone you look up to, I'm going to use politicians as an example, not as someone you look up to, but for being deliberate with your words. A lot of politicians are very charismatic and they're very deliberate with their words. And when they do that, it makes you respect them almost. Because when everything someone says feels well thought out and has a lot of content, actually means something, you listen to them. They come off as more intelligent. I'm not saying I want to be seen as smarter, it's a respect thing, I guess. Not that I'm chasing respect, it's just that when someone's deliberate with their words, you respect them more because what they say has more meaning. And I don't think this always means saying things that are super profound or super insightful. I think it just means you have to say things and think about what you're saying and just making sure it's relevant to what you're talking about. Because if you're saying things that aren't super focused, but you're saying it for the sake of keeping a conversation going, I would still beg to say that that's still being deliberate with your words because you're doing it for a purpose. I just said, I'm going to try to, when I do these at least, just think more about what I'm saying. Maybe I'll try to do it just for a whole week or a month, just really focus on what I'm saying. But I'm a little afraid that it's going to get a little unnatural the way I'm speaking. So maybe instead I'll just try to be deliberate with what I'm saying when I'm doing these. But maybe if you're someone that wants to be more deliberate with your words, you could do something like this. Just record yourself talking and just speak. And then rewatch yourself. Now, I'm not saying rewatch yourself and be like, oh, analyze every single word you say, and if it wasn't perfectly relevant, just get mad at yourself or try to fix that. Because I feel like it's human to not always be deliberate with the things you're saying. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. I want to be more deliberate with my words because I think it makes you more comprehensible for everyone else. It could lead, people can respect you more, and when you think more about things, you just naturally will think more in general. So it might just make you smarter in general. Who knows? But yeah.